Impossible. If someone were to put a list together of the most destructive words in the English language, impossible would be close to the top. This debilitating word has proven itself over and over again to absolutely crush people's hopes and dreams, taking hold of a life's natural progress and bringing that progress to a complete stop. Because in this world that seems to be going a mile a minute, some people have their investments, but their desire's not in it. And it's incredibly unfortunate that those people have grown accustomed to this idea of impossible labels, molding it to society's standards of where they fit in. Trying to cope with expectations so overwhelmingly erratic, it's like having a million starting points, but not really knowing where to begin. And who or what's to say is impossible? Do people's calloused hearts bring a sort of mediocre validation, having their lives determined by acquired hurts and doubt? So certain of the belief in their unrealistic limitations, proclamations of deceitful facts, emotionally blind to what those proclamations are even really about. Impossible. It's a word that's kept would-be kings from being kings, queens from being queens. It's placed labels on generations searching for their identities, and it's categorized the heartaches of many different things. On the contrary, though, there are those who go and have gone against the impossible nature, completely convinced in their belief that there are no limits to their lives, and they often test those beliefs just to make sure. It's those who rise to the challenge and who won't back down and who will never quit. It's the ones who get knocked to the ground by circumstance, then rise to their feet with a determined look asking, is that it? So is that it? Is that all that you've got? Because life's circumstance might have told you you're impossible, but let me assure you, friend, impossible you are not. You've got to change your perspective. You've got to change. And this change is not optional. You've got to start to see yourself as God sees you and begin to proclaim to those circumstances, I'm possible. I'm possible to overcome fear. I'm possible to overcome doubt. I'm possible to overcome my negative self-image and accept what God's image of me is all about. I'm possible to mend my broken family. I'm possible to forgive those who've hurt me. I'm possible to have hope again. I'm possible to accept the fact that God still finds me worthy. Maybe it's time for us to realize that in our lives, impossible will simply not do anymore. That if we would allow ourselves to take hold of this truth, it would create in us a passion unstoppable by simply having a faith in ourselves like God has faith in us, and by turning what was once impossible into I'm possible.